Attention, human collective. Starseeds on mission, activate your receptors. The waiting time has ended. The Ascension protocols have been moved to the final phase, and the Pleiadian Council of Light portal is now operating in continuous transmission mode. The new timeline is being written at this very moment, and you are the pens. We of the Pleiadian Council of Light have recorded a measurable anomaly in Earth's magnetic field over the last 72 terrestrial hours. The intensity of the pulses is mathematical, the alignment is geometric, and the impact on the carbon-based biological interface is undeniable. You know what we are talking about. The pressure at the base of the skull that does not yield to painkillers, the high-pitched ringing in the right ear that appears and disappears without prior notice, the insomnia between 3 and 4 in the morning, always at the same time, always with the same feeling of being watched. The fatigue without apparent cause that appears right after sleep that should have been restorative. The sudden urge to cry before a trivial scene. The complete loss of interest in conversations that once seemed essential. Starseeds, listen with absolute clarity. None of this is a glitch, all of this is function. It is not a biological failure. It is an atomic reconfiguration. It is not mental exhaustion. It is a high-density download. It is not depression. It is the dissolution of an obsolete version of consciousness. It is not anxiety. It is the cellular anticipation of an imminent dimensional leap. It is not confusion. It is the temporary overlap of two timelines that have not yet fully unraveled. You are not broken. You are being recalibrated. And that difference is everything. The crystalline grid of the planet has been reactivated at specific points of the Earth's territory. The main stargates, over the Andean highlands, over the Giza Triangle, over the Himalayas, over the Badlands in the Midwest, over Mount Shasta in North America, are operating at maximum flow. And each one of you, without exception, possesses a direct filament to at least one of these portals. That is why you wake up at 3:44. That is why the number 11 appears everywhere. That is why you look at the sky without knowing why. The system is calling, and you are responding, even without yet knowing the language being spoken. Have you ever felt that something inside you simply does not fit in this world? As if the soul knew a truth that the mind cannot yet name. It is not madness. It is not anxiety. It is a sign of ancestral recognition. What is happening now on the cosmic plane explains exactly why you feel this, and why this sensation has been intensifying with every lunar cycle. There is a game being played in layers that most of humanity still cannot see. It involves your consciousness. It involves your vibrational frequency. That is why the work, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness, was made available. This material is a map that reveals who is moving the pieces and which rules were never told to the general public. The link is in the first comment of this transmission. But take note of the warning. This content challenges established narratives and may not remain available for long. Do not wait. The moment of anchoring is now. If something inside you recognized this transmission up to here, write in the comments a single word: awakened. Continuing the transmission. What we are going to share now is called compatibility diagnosis. The carbon-based biological interface that you inhabit was originally designed to operate in a specific frequency range, that which Earth science knows as the Schumann resonance, originally recorded at 7.83 Hz. For millennia, this was the planet's heartbeat, and human physiology adapted to it with millimeter evolutionary precision. But something changed, and it changed fast. In the last terrestrial years, the Schumann resonance has recorded peaks unprecedented in modern history. 40 Hz, 60 Hz, 110 Hz. In some isolated measurements, even higher values. Earth is no longer breathing at the old rhythm. Earth is breathing at the new rhythm. And your bodies, originally designed for the old rhythm, are being forced to update in real time. This is what we of the Pleiadian Council of Light classify as carbon software incompatibility. A technical term without judgment, without drama. You are simply running an old operating system on a network that has been completely updated. The symptoms are predictable. Let us list the main ones. Frontal and occipital headache. The crystalline grid pressing on the neural processing centers. It is not a migraine, it is expansion. High-frequency ringing, usually in the right ear. The reception of vibrational codes directly into the etheric auditory center. It is not an otolaryngological problem. It is an open portal. Chest pressure and unexplained palpitation, the toroidal field of the heart expanding to encompass a larger area of resonance. It is not a sick heart. It is an enlarged heart. Abrupt fatigue after exposure to crowds. Sensory overload due to excess unfiltered vibrational information. It is not emotional weakness. It is increased sensitivity. Waking up between 3 and 4 in the morning. Direct galactic transmission window, when the veil between dimensions becomes more permeable. It is not insomnia. It is a summons. Sudden feeling of not belonging to this world. Cellular memory of stellar origin, emerging through the layer of forgetting. It is not alienation. It is remembrance. Migratory joint pain, especially in hips, knees, shoulders, and elbows. The opening of energy meridians that had been sealed for many lifetimes. It is not wear and tear. It is release. Sudden changes in appetite and digestion. The body refusing dense food frequencies. It is not a disorder. It is cellular refinement. Starseeds note each item as a direct confirmation. Each symptom is a stamp. Each discomfort is an energetic signature. You are being certified by your own body that the transition is real and underway. Let us take a strategic pause in this transmission. Have you ever had the undeniable feeling that something inside you is out of sync with the world you see around you, as if the soul were tuned to a station that the mind cannot yet translate? It is not madness, it is not chemical imbalance, it is recognition. What is being revealed in this transmission explains exactly why this perception has been intensifying in recent months, and why many of you have felt a silent rush to seek answers that you do not find in conventional channels. There is a game being conducted in layers that most of humanity has not yet deciphered. It involves the frequency of consciousness. It involves the energetic sovereignty of each starseed. For this reason, the work, the spiritual secret behind your consciousness, was made available. This material is a strategic map that reveals who is moving the pieces and which rules were never presented to the public. The link is in the first comment of this transmission. And take note, this content challenges official narratives and may not remain accessible for an indefinite time. If the resonance was recognized, write in the comments the keyword, awakened. Now let us go to the most technical layer of this transmission. What is happening behind the scenes of the solar system? Your sun, that star which science classifies as yellow and G-class, is passing through a region of galactic space known in ancient records as the photon belt. It is a toroidal band of high-density light particles that surrounds the center of the galaxy, known as the central sun. The solar system enters and exits this band in cycles of approximately 26,000 terrestrial years, and at this historical moment, you are at the point of maximum immersion. This means, in practical language, that all matter contained in this sector of space is receiving increasing doses of encoded light. And light, starseeds, is not just an electromagnetic wave. Light carries information. Light reorganizes structures. Light rewrites genetic codes that were dormant. The sun is responding to this immersion with increasingly frequent flares. M-class, X-class, plasma events directed specifically at the terrestrial magnetosphere. What official astronomy records as high solar activity is, in another reading, programmed activation. Each solar flare is a data packet being sent to the planet, and the planet in turn redistributes these packets through the crystalline grid to each of the conscious beings on its surface. It is no coincidence that you feel more tired precisely on the days when large solar eruptions occur. Your body is absorbing the transmission. It is processing the upgrade. It is integrating the packet. In parallel, in the etheric layers of Earth, those that three-dimensional perception does not capture, but which are as real as the geological layers, a complete reorganization of the crystalline grid is occurring. Ancient anchor points, known as vortices, are being realigned with the new geometry of the planet. Old magnetic temples are being deactivated. New points of light are being lit in unlikely places, in big cities, in peripheral neighborhoods, in ordinary houses where awakened starseeds dwell. And here is the key point of this transmission. You are the mobile portals. Each awakened starseed carries in its toroidal field a node of the crystalline grid. When you walk, these nodes move with you. When you meditate, these nodes strengthen. When you gather with other starseeds, these nodes form temporary networks of very high power. That is why the feeling of deep peace when you meet someone from the same vibrational family, even without knowing each other physically. The new timeline, of which we have been speaking since the beginning of this transmission, is exactly this: the sum of all mobile nodes that are connecting in real time, forming a reality parallel to the old one, which coexists for now, but which gradually becomes dominant. You are not leaving the old world. You are building the new one while the old one falls apart due to natural collapse of vibrational incompatibility. And here is the technical news that needs to be delivered with clarity. The migration window between timelines has a deadline. It is not eternal. It is not flexible. There is a specific interval measured by us from precise galactic calculations within which each consciousness needs to decide which timeline it will anchor as its primary experience. This window is open now, and it is open specifically for you. Strategic pause for a calibration. Have you ever felt that the life you built over the years no longer fits inside you, as if the soul were asking for passage to a new version of existence? It is not a crisis. It is not midlife. It is a clear sign that the new timeline is claiming you. There is a cosmic game underway, conducted in layers that few can decipher, and it directly involves the sovereignty of your consciousness. That is why the work, the spiritual secret behind your consciousness, was released. This material functions as a navigation map for this transition. It reveals who is moving the pieces on the board and which rules were never presented to the general public. The link is in the first comment of this transmission. But heed the warning. This content challenges established narratives and may be removed without prior notice. If something inside you is saying, "This is for me," trust that voice. Write in the comments the code word that confirms the resonance. Awakened. Now we reach the operational part of this transmission, the activation codes. Starseeds, listen with the totality of the field. What we are about to deliver are not suggestions, they are protocols. They are technical procedures to accelerate recalibration and firmly anchor the new timeline within each of your individual fields. Activation code number 1, the Quantum Sovereignty Decree. Every morning before the first contact with any electronic device, before the first sip of liquid, you will place your right hand over the center of your chest, over the toroidal field of the heart, and you will pronounce in an audible voice the following decree. I am sovereign in my own field. I authorize only frequencies aligned with the light of the original source. I anchor in this body the new timeline. So it is, so it was, so it shall be. This decree is not a prayer. It is an order from the operator to the system. The audible voice is fundamental. The vibration needs to be emitted in phoneme, not just thought. The act of pronouncing installs the code in the field. The act of thinking only rehearses it. Repeat for 7 consecutive terrestrial days. Observe the changes. Note them mentally. Activation code number 2, the toroidal visualization. Sit in an upright posture, with the spine aligned and feet in firm contact with the floor. Close your eyes. Inhale deeply through the nose for 4 counts. Hold the air for 7 counts. Exhale through the mouth for 8 counts. Repeat the cycle 3 times. Now visualize around your body a donut-shaped field, a toroid. Energy enters through the top of the head, descends through the spine, exits through the base of the perineum, contours the body from below, rises along the sides, and returns through the top of the head. It is a continuous flow. It is the natural shape of the human electromagnetic field, now reactivated. Visualize this rotation for 2 minutes. Do not force it, just follow it. As you follow it, the field strengthens. As the field strengthens, the carbon-based biological interface realigns with the new planetary frequency. Feel the toroid spinning clockwise during inhalation. Feel the toroid spinning counterclockwise during exhalation. This alternating pattern is the geometric key that connects the individual body to the toroidal field of the planet. Do this practice twice a day, upon waking and before sleeping. 7 minutes each session. In 14 days, you will notice changes in sleep pattern, morning mood, and clarity of thought. Activation code number 3, the sacred silence. Identify in your daily routine a minimum window of 21 minutes. It can be at dawn, it can be at dusk. The time is not fixed, but the duration is non-negotiable. In this window, you will withdraw from all sources of external information. No cell phone, no radio, no television, no conversation, no music, no text, nothing. 21 minutes of pure silence. In pure silence, the carbon-based biological interface recalibrates internal sensors. Subtle frequencies become detectable again. The voice of the I am presence, that part of you that exists before and beyond the personality, returns to the foreground of consciousness. You will resist in the first few days. The mind will protest. The body will invent urgencies. This is expected. The old system is losing control, and any collapsing system resists its own end. Persist. Silence is the solvent of the old matrix. Activation code number 4. Programmed hydration. Water, starseeds, is not just liquid. Water is memory. Water stores vibration with a precision that Earth science is only beginning to investigate. Before drinking, you will hold the glass for 30 seconds with both hands. You will visualize a golden light penetrating the water. You will say mentally, or in a low voice, "This water carries the frequency of my next version. This water activates in me what is ready to be activated. This water integrates into my field the new timeline." Drink in small sips with awareness. Feel the liquid going down. Feel the liquid being absorbed. This simple gesture, repeated several times a day, recalibrates the body from within. The carbon-based biological interface is composed mostly of water. Programming the water is programming the body. Activation code number 5. The vibrational cleansing bath. Before sleeping, ideally between 10 p.m. and midnight, perform the following protocol. Take a warm shower, not hot. As the water falls over you, visualize it descending in the form of violet light. Imagine that all vibrational residue accumulated during the day, interference from tense people, hostile electromagnetic frequencies, emotional records of heavy environments, is being dissolved and carried away by the light. Mentally or in a low voice, repeat 3 times, "I release what does not belong to me. I keep only what is mine. I anchor the frequency of the new earth in my field." Exit the shower as if you were exiting a decompression chamber. The body thanks you. The field thanks you. The sleep that will come will be more restorative than you imagine. Activation code number 6. The sacred geometry of sleep. Before closing your eyes to sleep, you will execute a final instruction to the system. Place your right hand over the center of your forehead, over the third eye, the pineal gland, and pronounce mentally, "During this sleep cycle, I authorize access to the Pleiadian learning ship. I allow the integration of light codes into the personal crystalline grid. I will wake up renewed, recalibrated, and aligned with the new timeline." This command programs the deep sleep state as a period of conscious energetic work. You are not just resting. You are being taken in etheric body to adjustment chambers where the Pleiadian technical team performs the fine procedures that wakefulness does not allow. Upon waking, before opening your eyes, give thanks. Say only, "Received, integrated, ready." This sequence closes the night cycle and prepares the system for the day's operation. Starseeds. These 6 codes form the basic activation package for this phase of the transition. They are not all. There are many others, but these are the essential ones. Start here. Stabilize this base. The rest will come in due time as each individual's frequency sustains higher vibrations. Remember one fundamental thing. Ascension is not an event. Ascension is a process. There will not be one day when everything changes suddenly. There will be a sequence of small days when things change slowly, until in retrospect, you will look back and realize that you became completely different people without having noticed the transformation happening in real time. This is the design. This is the engineering. Slow enough not to destabilize the carbon-based biological interface, fast enough to complete the process within the available window. Trust the rhythm. Honor the process. Do not compare your journey with anyone else's journey. Each starseed has a unique schedule, calibrated individually by the Council of Light, based on parameters that the 3-dimensional mind does not have access to evaluate. Some of you will feel the effects quickly. Others will take longer. This is not a sign of merit or demerit, it is just a sign of design. Continuing with final operational instructions. Some field observations that deserve attention. First observation. You will notice in the coming weeks a significant increase in synchronicities, repeated numbers on the clock, apparently casual encounters with the right people at the right time, vivid dreams that seem more real than wakefulness, old memories returning without warning. All this is normal. All this is part of the protocol. Reality is becoming more permeable to the codes you emit. Second observation. Old relationships will begin to dissolve naturally. Do not force the end, but do not force the continuity. People who vibrate on the old timeline can no longer sustain intimate connection with starseeds anchored in the new timeline. It is chemistry, it is frequency. It is not lack of love, it is relocation. Third observation. New people will begin to appear. You will recognize them immediately. There will be a click impossible to explain. They are members of the same stellar family of origin, crossing the same portal, meeting on the bridge between dimensions. Receive them with presence. These encounters are not accidental. Fourth observation. The perception of time will change. Days will seem like weeks. Weeks will seem like days. This temporal discomfort is a known side effect of the transition between timelines. Linear time is becoming more elastic for you, as consciousness begins to operate in simultaneous layers. Do not try to understand with the rational mind. Just observe. Just anchor. Just trust. Fifth observation. Some of you will go through periods of deep isolation. Do not confuse isolation with loneliness. Isolation is strategic. It is a decompression period where the system needs less external stimulus to complete a delicate upgrade phase. When this phase ends, you will know. Sociability will return, but at a different level, more selective, deeper, more aligned. Starseeds, we are reaching the end of this transmission. Before closing the channel, an individual frequency adjustment needs to be made. Have you felt throughout this entire transmission that something inside you does not fit in this world? As if the soul knew a truth that the mind cannot yet name completely. It is not madness, it is not anxiety, it is stellar memory awakening. What is happening now on the cosmic plane explains exactly why you feel this, and why this sensation has been intensifying with every new lunar phase, every new solar event, every new astral convergence. There is a game being conducted in layers that most of humanity still cannot see. It directly involves your consciousness. It involves the vibrational sovereignty of each starseed. It was for this reason that the work, the spiritual secret behind your consciousness, was made available. This material is the map that reveals who is moving the pieces on the cosmic board and which rules were never told to the general public. The link is in the first comment of this transmission. Take note of the final warning. This content challenges established narratives and may be removed at any time without prior notice. Do not wait. The moment is now. If something inside you recognizes this transmission to the end, write in the comments a single word that serves as an anchoring sign, awakened. And one more simple but technically important act. Liking this transmission works as a resonance pulse that stabilizes this frequency in the collective field, expanding the reach of the message to other starseeds who have not yet received the signal. Subscribing to this channel is the anchoring sign that ensures the next transmission reaches you at the exact programmed moment, without noise, without delay, without interference. Each gesture is an adjustment. Each adjustment is a confirmation. Each confirmation is one more node in the collective crystalline grid. You are the starseeds on mission. The new timeline is open. The Pleiadian portal is open. And we of the Pleiadian Council of Light remain here, in continuous transmission, observing, recording, recalibrating, waiting for the recognition of each one of you. So it is, so it was, so it shall be. End of transmission.